might be wondering why I'm not at my Christmas location this time. Well... yeah, sometimes I hate Christmas. Elf Bowling the movie. Where do I even start? First off, for those of you who don't know, Elf Bowling was a simple PC bowling game developed by N-Store. The object of the game was you, Santa, were to bowl over ungrateful striking elves in a hilarious violent fashion by placing them as bowling pins and you using a bowling ball to bowl over them in a wonderful vision of broken spines and bloody noses. This became so popular that a large number of sequels were created. Then some numbnut went up to his boss one day and said, Sir, I just came up with the greatest idea for a video game movie ever. I knew you would like it. I knew you would like it. It's going to be the greatest movie ever. Okay, here it is. I've been waiting weeks on this. Weeks upon months upon years. Here it is. Elf Bowling! The movie! And after suing the company, he got the budget he needed to create this. You've seen Super Mario Brothers, you've seen Street Fighter, maybe even Tekken. But let me show you the next one that's right along those movies. This is Elf Bowling, a movie so odd and messed up. It's on a completely different level. Just Elf Bowling. There's no plot behind Elf Bowling. There was no boundaries, and they went all out. Oh, they did. So this was a project doomed from the very start, and the end result is proof on that. Now time for some holiday nightmares. This is Elf Bowling, the movie. We start off with the Santa of this movie, voiced by Joe Alaskey, or better known as... Whoa! And at the beginning, he gives his opening narration.
So you think you know how Santa Claus became Father Christmas, eh? Well, think again.
Oh, yes, the true story is far more padded and stupid. Oh! Anyway, only after the first 20 seconds, guess what the biggest fault in the movie is? No, not the fact that there are pirates in a movie. No, that's just fine. This is the problem.
Hold it down, you stinking swabs! Get it?
Santa Claus, the most kindest and generous holiday icon, is a pirate. Why? There is no reason why. The backstory of this character shouldn't be a pirate. All this does is basically contradict everything that makes Santa to just be a purely generous character. What this Santa does is steal toys from children. But wait! Captain Santa does have a softer side. Look, he tries to return some of the toys back to the children by placing them in the water and letting them float away. Even by some off chance that the toy ever made it to shore, there is basically no way of him to knowing if the toys would go back to the rightful owners. Also, being in the water for a very long period, I would think the toys would be ruined. But what makes this even worse is that After only 15 minutes, this entire backstory is never brought up again. And the point is clear, that the entire reason behind the pirate backstory was all to just give him a funny accent! Okay. Anyway, the Captain Santa is part of a crew of pirates who steal toys for some strange and unknown reason. Also, we get our first lines in the movie, which are basically just really unfunny jokes. I mean, they're really bad.
Oh, and before I retire to count me booty, I've a teensy question for yous. Who pooped in the peanut barrel? Who pooped in the peanut barrel?
What can you say to that? Santa then calls his half-brother Dingle, voiced by Tom Kenny, or you would know him better as... Santa calls Dingle to set up a nice game of rigged bowling. So Santa faces the entire crew, I guess, but with Dingle tallying the scores, which helps Santa cheat into beating his entire crew. Oh, and another thing that should put another nail in Santa's coffin, this entire bowling match was for gambling purposes. Oh, Santa, you're such a lovely role model. What will you do next? Probably rob a bank while smoking pot. Predictably, the crew realize that Dingle and Santa are cheating and start a mutiny against them. And what do? It
was I'm innocent, I tell you. It were Dingle what fudged the figures. Why, you scurvy dog. He made me do it. Did not, didn't you?
Well, off you go. We cut to the North Pole, where an elf named Lex comes across the newly frozen Dingle and Santa.
Bagger, Candle, we've got company.
They look like hairy monsters to me.
Lex, what the dingle bobs are they, and what are you gonna do with them?
Oh god, these elves are gonna be so annoying, aren't they? Lex then decides to unfreeze Santa and Dingle with the power of his mighty ball. He then realizes that Santa looks a lot like him.
It's him.
Him? Who him? I mean him who?
Who the Cranberries is him? That's him. Whitebeard.
Wow, that joke was so bad that even the soundtrack thought it wasn't funny. Well, Santa and Dingle are freed at last, and they continue to show why Santa is such a great guy. Okay, time to put attempted murder on the list of things that Santa would never do. After everyone calms down, the elves ask Dingle and Santa who they are.
Hey, you two wouldn't be pirates now, would ya?
Pirates? What gives you that idea? Me brother and me, well, we're,
Shoe salesman.
right, and we specialize in,
Clogs.
Oh god, it's like listening to bad stand-up. The elves take the two to their workshop, which looks exactly like if it was developed by the kids next door, and show them all the toys that they have created. But while giving a tour, Dingle believes that the elves are attacking, I guess, and tries to steal Lex's crystal ball to defend himself.
Give me that, you That's mine. No, you don't know how to use that.
Uh-oh. Call my lawyer.
Congratulations, Elf Bowling! You just ruined the one reason why people like to play Elf Bowling. They want to see the elves in pain! Not giggling with glee. Pain! Anyway, the elves make a deal with Santa. If he delivers the toys they make to the children of the world on one day a year, then he gets immortality. Fair trade. So Santa gets his red suit and his sleigh and gets ready to set off to give his toys. But not without meeting his crack team of specialists.
Yo, when the presents need wrapping, I'm the one make that happen. My feet start tapping, my hands keep a-clapping.
No! Just... no! But... oh my... I can't why would they place a character that is so blatantly racist? I mean, a black elf named Rapper, whose main thing is just to rap. Why not just give him a bucket of fried chicken while you're at it, movie? And maybe an afro. And the other two elves, Baker and Candle, who play basically no role in this entire movie. Pointlessness and racism. What better way to celebrate the holidays? Oh, and don't forget the hot stereotypical housewife. We couldn't possibly live without a paper-thin sexist character like her.
We've got to get back to pirating, you sappy swab.
Psst. Hey, buddy.
What do you want?
Can I interest you in some hot mittens?
Oh, dear God. I could literally do an entire 2-page rant on each and every single solitary scene. But I won't. I'll just ask some questions that one would obviously have. Why does Lex have a crystal ball that gives him godlike abilities? How does it give him the power to have these godlike abilities? Why do the elves celebrate by doing arm farts? Why did they make 6 trillion toys when all they were going to do with it is store it inside of a mountain? And how could the elves not realize that Santa and Dingle are obviously pirates? But those questions are quickly swept under the rug by playing their first song.
Stillskin wraps a package. It seems a simple thing. Just paper, tape, and ribbons, but there's more. And it's that elves need to be happy. Their hearts must bring with joy, for it is only a happy elf who is able to make toy. All bets are off, you see. Because some people become different when money's involved. They can be real jerks or tyrants or just lame. Then what was once a pleasure becomes a total drag, and everything sucks, and we can't do our work.
This song has absolutely no rhythm to it. But here's the point. Elves need to be happy to make toys. If they aren't, they'll stop and they'll strike. There! I just summarized that entire song in one sentence. I hope you're all happy to see it's that simple. Anyway, what the hell is Dingle doing during all this?
A deal? The shrimps hypnotized me own brother. This ain't gonna be good for business.
Playing strip poker with penguins? What the... Moving on! Santa and the elves begin giving out toys throughout the years, and Dingle goes on being a grade A douche monkey. Kinda wonders why they give him immortality. Santa, to celebrate some sort of 5,000 year anniversary, decides to make a bowling alley. And all the elves are joyous because of it, especially the racially insensitive ones. We then cut to Santa at his house with his new wife, sexy foreign housewife. She's a little peeved that Dingle is treating her like a pack mule.
Enough is enough. He's nothing but a schemer, a scoundrel, and a mooch. It's either my strudel or that vet noodle.
What the hell is she saying? So Santa chooses booty over his brother and tells his brother to get out and get his own place. But Dingle is an obvious villain, of course, so he doesn't move on like any normal person would. No, he goes to his favorite hangout, Imbeciles, and brings his mob of penguins together that he calls the Imbeciles. The creativity of those names just jumps out at you, doesn't it? So Dingle and his imbeciles form a plan to take over Christmas by first making it look like Santa's right-hand elf, Lex, seemed like he has misplaced 6 billion toys. And after doing that, he challenges Santa to a bowling match for ownership of Christmas. This is going to seem really stupid and pointless in a few minutes, isn't it? Santa and Dingle begin their game of bowling, and Dingle goes first, but he has some help on his side.
7, 8, yup, there's only 8 pins.
Brilliant cheating, Dingle. Brilliant. So Dingle bowls a straight. Now it's Santa's turn. And Santa loses. Okay, I don't bowl that much, but isn't there more than one round in bowling? But unsurprisingly, the elves and Santa realize that Dingle cheated. Well, duh. It's like that he's a horrible person or something. Or maybe a villain. Duh. And the movie ends? No. But seriously, that seems exactly like an ending to a movie. Anyway, we continue with Dingle's plan, which I would think would be ruined, because wouldn't he immediately be suspected for stealing the toy, because that's kind of his shtick?
Imbecile number 2, have you got your fishing pole?
Yeah, boss.
Imbecile number 1, have you sabotaged the candy cane machine?
Yeah, boss.
Well, that being the case, Mr. Maestro, please. When you're evil...
Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Tom, stop. You're not singing. You're just saying your lines. Sure, Scar from the Lion King can pull it off, but you can't. You just can't without making it sound just awful. Dingle then puts his plan into action as his imbeciles begin destroying the factory and placing the blame on Lex. As the evidence begins to pile up, Santa fires Lex. But we move on to the next part of Dingle's plan. He lies to Santa, saying that Lex has gone crazy and ran out onto the ice, and now his ice slab is floating out to sea. While Santa goes out with his magically appearing paddle to save presumably Lex, the imbeciles actually destroy the factory.
That way. I'm an elf-made man.
And this is Santa's reaction. No! Destroying the workshop seems incredibly easy to do, seeing as how no one actually guards or puts any sort of defense, like a passcode lock, on the rooms which hold the pipes that can destroy the entire workshop. And not to mention that only 3 imbeciles were able to do it without anyone suspecting them. Brilliant! Anyway, this is when Dingle's master plan comes together, which is announced by the most boring elf, Bagger.
Only one thing you can do. Legally, that is.
Dingle's right. No bowling means no fun, and no fun means no work. We're on strike!
Your boss is gone. What will striking do? And also, what kid cares about union rights? But don't worry, elves. Dingle is a totally not a trap place for you to go.
You idiots!
I mean, elves have never sailed the 7 seas. So let me hip you to an island where your buttocks never freeze.
Just say Fiji! Skip the musical number. Just say you want to go to Fiji! Dear God! So thanks to stupidity, the elves decide to follow the guy who cheats, lies, and is responsible for a number of other crimes throughout the years, including obviously destroying the factory. While on the plane, Dingle teams up with some random evil businesswoman because there is no reason. Surprised? I'm not! They arrive in Fiji, and Dingle and the new businesswoman, Veronica, take over a little island hotel and begin to party with the elves and some locals. Which is boring to watch. Meanwhile, Santa is still frozen solid in a block of ice. But thankfully, the housewife finds him and unfreezes him with, "I'm not kidding you. Love." Besides that schmaltzy moment, the housewife fills Santa in on Dingle's whereabouts and he heads up to stop him, and also leaving his wife behind on the frozen slab of ice with no visible way of her getting off. Now you can see why he's the spirit of giving. See how he gives his wife no escape off that ice slab? He truly is Father Christmas. Meanwhile in Fiji, Dingle and the businesswoman trap and brainwash the elves in... Oh gosh, seriously? A sweatshop? Oh, forget it. There are so many other things to bitch about. Moving on quickly, the chief somehow teaches Lex to use force powers because... Hey, this is a children's movie. We don't have to make sense! But Santa arrives to stop Dingle, but is quickly captured by Dingle's surfer dude rock monsters.
Would you mind taking a snapshot of Santy on the beach from his scrapbook?
I just figured it out. You know what this movie is? It's a dartboard! It's a dartboard with many random ideas placed on top of it. Then the writer just sat down on a chair, got his darts, and started chucking them towards the dartboard. And whenever he hit, he put in the story. It doesn't matter if it had to make sense. He just chuck, chuck, chuck. Oh, a black elf who raps? Why not I just call him Rapper? Let's just see if I can hit it. Oh, his name is Rapper. I'm such a genius. Lex then comes to Santa's aid by...
Santa, what are you doing here?
Lex, me boy, get me out of here.
First, tell me why you wrote that letter saying elves stink.
It wasn't Santa! It was Dingle, you freaking idiot! Lex and Santa quickly realize that they have both been complete morons and band together to escape the Rockheads. But, oh no! Another rock guy is blocking the only entrance to the elves. What will they do? Oh, the chief from before will just come by, bring out a drum, and then make a firewoman appear, and then the rock guy will be distracted by the firewoman while they run inside and save the elves.
Okay, that did not just happen.
So Santa frees the other elves from Dingle's control, and they all get ready to beat up Dingle. Okay, that was kinda funny. So Santa goes and takes on Dingle, and sexy housewife takes on sexy businesswoman. Which that fight ends just as quickly as it starts. Really disappointing, but that's what I expect from elf bowling. But Santa, getting the upper hand on Dingle, Dingle challenges Santa to another bowling game. Well, obviously, because there is no time for a bowling match, Santa obviously says yes! What's wrong with you, Santa? There was actually no time to have a bowling match. Do you just have that much of a gambling problem that you're willing to bet the future of Christmas? Again? Well, yeah, he does. Oh, and before I forget, for a movie called Elf Bowling, there's only about 5 minutes of bowling in it! Anyway, Dingle goes first, and he cheats to get a strike. Shocking! But Santa comes up to his spot, and so despite Dingle's cheating, obviously Santa gets a...
The pins are untouched.
What the hell movie? You don't let the hero lose. Even despite cheating, you let him win. That's what happens in movies.
Wait!
Oh, let me guess. Dingle cheated. So Santa wins the day on a freaking technicality, and Santa and Legs head off to deliver presents with an annoying piratey goodbye.
And a bottle of...
He means Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
And that was elf bowling. Now you have all the nightmare fuel you'll ever need. This movie is an abomination against Christmas! This movie is complete garbage! The cheapness of the production is astonishing. No control over horrible puns being thrown in. And horrible, sexist, stereotypical, and racist characters. There is nothing to this movie. All it ever was is a holiday cash grab, which is a shame. I actually started to like the idea of elf bowling in the movie. In the middle of this piece of shit, I wouldn't have written like a 10-year-old's fan fiction, but that's besides the point. This movie is just shit, and lives up to being maybe one of the worst video game and Christmas movies of all time. And that is that. I have one more thing to say. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, and have a kick-ass new year. I'll be back next time with a brand new lineup of cartoons. But until then, how about enjoy a nice game of bowling?